February 4th. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live. Well, welcome to New Hampshire. It is 33 degrees. 33 degrees. We had snow on, Sunday into Monday. And we have snow supposedly coming on, sounds like on Thursday. It's going to snow maybe all day. We'll see. Accumulations for Sunday were about probably 2 to 3 inches, maybe 4 inches in some places near where I live. But for the most part, it wasn't too bad. I can't really say that because I didn't really do the shoveling or snow blowing. And then I have 2 boys also. They actually like the snow because they can do some work. We have a friend that owns a company that does maintenance around the town, and they can work for him and do some shoveling. So it works out really well. And it's not too bad. Like, we don't have a lot of snow piling up. So as long as it's little by little, it's manageable. It's just when you get the 3 feet all at once, it can be kind of rough. So today we are headed to school. We stopped for gas. And wow, the sun is beautiful. I love to get this view of the sun so you can see the beautiful sky in New Hampshire. I always say, if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, because New Hampshire, one day you're freezing, the next day it's like spring. You just can't. Variety is the spice of life, I guess you'd say. So we have variety, and the sun is poking through the clouds. It's really pretty this morning, and we're headed to school. So yesterday was ski club day, so it was low key at the school. And so today is going to be a school working day, but the kids are going to be tired from skiing. So this is what happens, when you're a teacher or a parent. I always say, Monday's not a really good day to do school because Monday, everybody's tired from all the weekend stuff. Friday is Friday, right? So Friday's not a really good day to do school. Tuesday is the day right after Monday. So school is kind of hard on Tuesdays too. And then Wednesday is the middle of the week. And then you're only left with Thursday as a decent day to do school. So that's hard to do school on Thursday too. So that kind of takes care of the entire week. So someone on here is giving me a comment. Thank you for coming to this video. Give me a thumbs up, would you guys? And I do the morning chat. I like to share the weather in New Hampshire. Say good morning to my fellow friends on YouTube. And I have a lot of teacher friends, most of them. Thank you. You're my fans. Thank you. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. So I would usually, I just like to share the weather report, talk about school, teacher stuff. I do have a lot of friends on YouTube that are teacher friends, but they're either driving to school or teaching at this time. So usually they'll watch later. So thank you for coming. I am doing good. Thank you for coming to this video. I appreciate it. I am doing good. I'm headed to school on a Tuesday, Monday. Because yesterday was Monday, but it was kind of low key because we had ski club, and I basically made this hat yesterday at school. And I had the red hat with me when I met my friend, and I gave it to her for her birthday. So she has the red hat. I might get some more yarn and make one like that. I really liked that velour one. Honestly, I don't even wear hats that much, but maybe I will. In New Hampshire, if people go skiing or they work outside, or you're in the woods for sledding, or you're in the woods for some reason, hiking or whatever, you might wear a hat. But Most of the time I don't wear hats. I think I'm starting to wear hats more often. And I just don't like it how when I put the hat on, my hair gets completely mashed down and it doesn't recover. So it's like if I put a hat on, it stays on the entire day. But we'll see what happens today. It's 34 degrees. If 34 is the new spring, no, let's say 34 is the new 60. It feels like 60 degrees after you've had below 30 weather for a little while. But it is a beautiful morning, and thank you for coming to this video. I really appreciate it. How are things where you are? We are going to school. We have school stuff. We have the last week of February, we have winter break. So I'm really looking forward to that, of course. And I don't have any really big plans other than always, decluttering. Got to work on that. Housework that gets undone because I'm so tired at the end of the day. And I don't know, maybe I'll think of something interesting to do for the spring break. But well, it's not spring break. We've got school to do. We've got library meetings to do. We've got town elections coming up March 11th. We've got campaigning to do for the town elections. And so there's lots going on right now. The town elections will affect our budget for the town, the school budget, the town budget. Everybody's been working hard trying to get those things ironed out. And then we might get some new town board members. We'll see how that goes. Now, for years, I had no idea what was going on in town. I didn't know. I knew we basically had the same elected officials for almost all the time. If they ran before, we just elected them again. And now we realize that maybe we should get new people involved. So in the last 5 years, we are on our fourth town manager. So then we had another, I can't remember what happened to him. Then we knew that we needed a new town manager, but we needed time. So we hired a temporary town manager, and we now have a new town manager. So it's an education, learning about your town, how things are done, and how so few people are involved in what we call the democratic process. Yeah, we can vote, but there's other things we can do too. So that's what I've been doing. And, I'd really like to get more people to be involved. And even if it's just, coming to meetings, speaking up, pointing things out that the people are talking about, things that we want done, stuff like that. It's been an interesting experience. I never really wanted to be on a board. It wasn't anything I had hoped for, but I did it because I knew somebody had to do it. And hopefully it will be an example to others, that we could take our turns and not leave it to one person or two people to run the entire town. So, yeah. We are headed to school. Now, in New Hampshire, when you're driving, you are supposed to only pass on the right-hand side. So in Massachusetts, which is a state down from us, south, they can pass on either side. And I've heard that Massachusetts drivers are the worst in the country. I don't know if that's true or not, but in New Hampshire, you're supposed to only pass if you're in the far left lane, and you just pass people. So if you want to pass people, you can be in the middle, you can pass the people that are on your right, If you want to just poke along, then you stay in the right-hand lane and just mind your business, right? So if you are in the left lane and you're just poking along, people might drive up behind you and kind of like give you the message that they want you to move over so they can pass you. Sometimes they pass on the right-hand side, but you're not supposed to. I don't usually see people being pulled over for that, but it could happen. I'm not sure. But I'm kind of in one of the middle lanes, so I'm just kind of plugging along and driving very easily. And it's really awesome. Thank you for coming to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, would ya? And give me like 5 minutes, because if you watch this video for like 5 minutes, it helps from my watch time. I have to up my watch time. I have to make some kind of amazing video that everybody wants to watch. But honestly, these lives are much easier. And I just do a car chat, what's it like in the morning, on the way to school. I don't work in town, so if I worked in town, I'd have like a 5-minute drive. But I go to work at a Christian school, which is about 40 minutes away from my house, because I can, because it's free country and I get to pick. Now, yeah, honestly, at Christian schools, the pay is not the same as like a public school. We don't have unions. We don't, fight for our rights and all that stuff. It's more like a ministry type thing. And we have to agree to it, and we just do the work. And honestly, it's a smaller school. The budget is smaller. We are very frugal with the money that we have. But we also, I believe that what we have is worth more than money, because we have smaller classes. We have freedom to pray. We have freedom to talk about the truth in the Bible. And we have freedom to teach. And it's just a whole different world than what the public schools are having to deal with. So I believe it's worth more than money to be able to work there. I count it a privilege. I am the math teacher for 7th grade up to 10th grade right now, and I feel like it's an honor to be able to teach there. And I have 2 kids. My youngest is a junior, so next year, all my kids will have been graduated from high school. And yeah, we live on a budget. We have a lot of kids, and it's been a lot of years, and we live on a low budget because we made choices. We wanted to do ministry work, so we work at a church. My husband works a regular job to help pay the bills, and so yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comments. So I'm just, thankful for the job that I have and the privilege it is to be doing what I'm doing. I love math. That was my major in college, and I homeschooled for many years. I had my own kids homeschooled, and then I heard there was a school that needed a math teacher, so I was able to go there and bring my kids with me. So I called it homeschool with help because it was small. I could be there with my kids, but it was helpful because I could teach my classes and my kids had their teachers that helped them along, and I thought it was a good situation. It worked well. And people would say, how do you get up every morning and dress 7 children and get them out to school on time? And first of all, my kids really wanted to go to school, so it wasn't hard to get them to go. They were happy about it. So they would get up and they would get ready for school, and there wasn't a problem with getting there. But I also said people that would ask, I'd be like, this is easier than what I was doing. Uh-oh, we hit some traffic. So this is easier than what I was doing. So that'll tell you something. And yeah, we hit some traffic here. Traffic jam. So maybe there's an accident up ahead. I don't know. I might have to check my map to find out what's going on. Every now and then we might have something like this happen, and then I might be late to school, which isn't good, but they're pretty thank you so much. I appreciate your comments. I try to do what I can, but honestly, my kids don't think I'm an angel. They don't think I'm like perfect or anything. But, humans are never going to be perfect, and we do our best. And if you get up every day and you keep going, you're a hero in the hard days. And I love this. I got this book from Mel Robbins. She's a podcaster out of Boston. She lives in Vermont now. She's written a few different books, and one of her books is called The High Five Challenge. The High Five Challenge is where you get up every day and you get yourself, get your shower, look yourself in the mirror and give yourself a high five because you got up today. You showed up. You did the thing. You're ready to go. And as a mom, yeah, I've cheered for my kids for all these years. And you know what? I've always felt like I didn't do enough. I messed up. I got impatient. I didn't organize well enough. My kids aren't obeying properly. And I was always beating myself up all day. And at the end of the day, I go to bed and I would feel like the weight of the world was on me because I did this wrong and that wrong. And my kids did this and this happened and that happened. And, I love that high five challenge because I wish I had thought of it years ago to get up and give yourself a high five because you got up, you did the thing, and you did what you could. And cheer for yourself, be happy for the choices that you made, if you made the right choices, I mean, I'm sure some people get up and make bad choices, but I wasn't making bad choices. I was just overwhelmed. I had a lot, and I was way too hard on myself. And then that affects myself. That affects how I treat my family. And it brings a lot of negativity into the world that doesn't need to be there. When you give yourself a high five, you're happier with yourself and you treat other people with respect. And you don't expect everything out of them. You're more patient with them too. Oh, yeah. So I've learned a lot, and going forward, you can't change the past. You can only go forward with the things that you've learned. And I want to still do good things with my life. And I do have kids. I have grandkids. I'm a teacher. I'm doing the work. And I want to show up for myself and for others. So those are the things I'm working on. Thanks a lot for your comments. I really appreciate it. I just hope I get to school on time today. I mean, I'm kind of lonely because I do have an empty car right now, and I kind of miss having my little people. But I have to embrace the time that I'm in. Good morning. Thank you for coming to this video. I really appreciate it. It's the morning. It's 36 degrees in New Hampshire, and I am enjoying the beautiful scenery in the sky right now as I am driving too slowly in this traffic, wondering if I am going to get to school on time. So I actually have a morning duty this morning, so I need to be there somewhat early. So we'll see what happens. But when things like this happen too, you just have to relax and pray. Maybe somebody up ahead was in an accident or something and they need the Lord, they need some supernatural help right now. Or maybe it's just construction, or maybe something is in the road. I don't know. Usually it's an accident and everybody has to drive slowly past the accident. So hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, so this has been a really hard week with the airplane disaster over DC this past week, and my heart breaks for all of those involved and family. That one boy, his parents were both killed. Professional and amazing people. When something like this happens, people are, they're like, oh, I hope it's nobody that I know that was in that accident. And it's like, just because you don't know them doesn't mean it's less of an accident. It's like, it's somebody knows the people. Somebody was affected by this tragedy, and we need to pray for them. And hopefully it's somebody we don't know, but it's somebody knows. I remember, I think it was like a year ago or so, that there was an accident. The Nealon family, they were Christian group family, and they were singers, and they crashed in a kind of a private airplane. And oh my goodness, I didn't know the Nealon family. I had not listened to their music at all, but I was so enthralled with their family. I looked into the whole situation. I listened to their music, and I even they had just finished a CD before they had passed away, and it was a brand new, just coming out. And I actually bought it. I think I have it here somewhere. And I had to buy it. Yeah, here it is. So they were killed in a plane crash, and they had put this together just before they passed away. So I was just so sad about that. But we know this life is temporary. We know this, and we live with that knowledge every single day. Whether we could have an accident, a heart attack. My father had a heart attack. He fell asleep in his chair, never got up. 69 years old. Anything can happen any day. And we just have to stay right with God and trust his timing. He knows what's best, and we just have to make the most of every day. Make sure that your family knows that you love them, and that's one reason why I like to knit, because I like to leave something of myself. Like, I've knitted Christmas stockings for all of my grandkids. I'm a couple behind right now. I need to get busy on that. I love to make things because I feel like that's a way that I can give myself to my family and friends in some way. And that's another reason why I've made videos on YouTube, because my grandkids can watch my videos someday. Maybe, we'll see if they want to. But leave something of yourself on this planet, and something that will count for eternity. Tell them about the Lord. Tell them about how to have, like for me, the high five challenge. Share that with your friends and family and encourage people. And that's what I want to try to do. Wow, this traffic is crazy. I'm going to sign off because I'm just kind of rambling on. But I do hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for coming to my video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I do drive this drive daily, and I also do a car chat usually at about this time. Yesterday it was a little bit later because we had a 2-hour delay. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day.